What's happening, folks? Back with another reaction, back with some more Massive Attack as we continue with Mezzanine, 1998. Thank you as always to Stephan. And the next track is Man Next Door. So we go from Dissolve Girl to Man Next Door. I don't necessarily expect there to be any connection, lyrical or otherwise, but it is an interesting sequence of song titles. But yeah, Man Next Door, I suppose it's less common than the phrase Girl Next Door, which indicates a domestic simplicity or someone who is not a superstar or flashy or otherwise remarkable in a very showy way, but of course can have qualities that are desirable. So yeah, Man Next Door, I don't know if that same meaning carries over, but certainly it suggests a proximity and a neighborly dynamic, even if it's not neighborly in a social or interpersonal way. I suppose it could be a more independent description, which I guess Girl Next Door is like that, because not often does a girl next door live literally next door to you. It's more the idea, so I suppose something could happen in a similar way here. Of course, it might not really be a narrative at all. It could be more of a mood piece or an atmosphere piece, and it's just kind of the framing of a visual. So let's give it a listen and see what I can catch. This is Massive Attack. The track is Man Next Door, and it's from their 1998 album Mezzanine.
Next door, you my neighbor, he gets me down, he gets in so late at night, always a fussy fight, always a fussy fight, all through the night. Sentence they fall, bang against the wall, bang against the wall, no rest at all. He gets in so late at night, always a fussy fight, always a fussy fight, all through the night.
insane. That's so good. Number one, it reminded me a little bit. How long was that? It actually, yeah, it wasn't as long as I thought. It felt longer. It reminded me of Angel a bit. Maybe like the vocal was different, but it had that like dark but still mellow intensity. And I'll say, like, because of the vocal in part, but also a bit because of the rhythm, it reminded me like if you took a reggae track and then you filtered it through an industrial, mechanical, and a bit gothic machine, this is what would come out on the other end. Like, it really had a bit of a reggae feel, but heavier, darker, more metallic, more industrial. So I enjoy that synthesis. That really does work. And as I said, it reminded me a bit of Angel. Secondarily, I enjoy the lower end of the tune a lot. It's, it was shifting in tone, but it was heavy, it was resonant, it was like reverberating. Definitely a good stripped down percussion scheme. Like, it wasn't overly elaborate. Nothing was flourishing like rapidly, but the ride cymbal, the snare, like everything had a nice hit to it. And then it does sound like we're literally talking about his next door neighbor, the person who lived next door, although I think he's phrasing it in the past tense, right? Like the man who lived next door, and apparently he like wakes up late, and I don't know if it was fussy, like there was fussy something all night, something like that. I couldn't hear it clearly, but yeah, it sounds like there's a bit of an oddness and almost like a sense of danger to whatever this guy's doing, so that he's up at odd hours, and he's doing things that the neighbor, what does the narrator say, he really gets me down. So yeah, that it sounds like he's being depressed, or he's being put out of sorts by whatever this man who lived, I think past tense, next door is doing. So yeah, like I got a sketch maybe of the feeling of this man who lives next door, but I don't quite know what's happening. But yeah, I really enjoyed the vocal. There was a moment in the back half where he really kind of let it flourish a bit, and that was very tasty. And just in general, it had a good, again, like reggae style vocal. So really cool tune, absolutely enjoyed it. Thank you again to Stephan. Let me know what you think, and I will see you next time. Peace.